another Explain This video, the show where I explain places that I go, and by go I mean travel. I try to cut the time, tell you everything you truly need to know about the place. So today we're talking about Kauai. First we're going to talk about weather because it's pretty important. So because the wind comes from this direction, like that, the clouds are going like this. This half here is where it's going to be raining every day. And what I mean by that, it's going to be raining about 5 minutes, maybe kind of like on the hour. Up here in the Napali Coast, it's the driest part of the island. So this area gets about 10 millimeters of rain a year. And then this is like one of the wettest places on earth. If you are planning on camping and you're like, hey, well, I'm just going to fly into Lihue National Airport and just camp around this area, chances are you are going to be stuck in the rain for a little bit of time. The next thing I want to talk about is transportation.
Would you like insurance?
Yeah, you better give me the insurance because I am going to beat the hell out of this thing.
So there's a few ways to do transportation in Kauai. Number one, the most recommended, everyone is going to tell you this, rent a car. Renting a car is pretty much a necessity on Kauai and other Hawaiian islands just because there's a lot of places to go and see and a lot of trails to hike, and of course buses aren't going to go like drive into the mountains. The other way, of course, is public transit, which is pretty simple. So in Kauai, there's a bus that goes from Princeville to Waimea. It goes in this one big circle on the big highway around Kauai. It pretty much goes literally just on the main highway, and then in these little cities, it'll go kind of in a small detour. Buses cost $2 to get on. It doesn't matter how far you go. They come hourly and every half an hour in the more busier region. The last thing is Uber. So when you Google, does Kauai have Uber? Google will say yes, because they technically do have Uber. The thing you have to realize is because of the population small, I think they have like 4 Uber drivers on the entire island. So like one's working at any given time. There is no Uber. There is Uber, but there is no Uber. The last way, Michaela and I did it because we are young. Time to look into the island itself. So we're just going to go on a virtual tour around the island, my friends. So you land in Lihue. Okay, some people say Lihue, some people say Lihue. The reason why is just because officially there's supposed to be an apostrophe there, making it Lihue, but not everyone says Lihue. So you fly into there. One place to camp that I would not recommend, but I'll tell you about it, is Hana Beach Park. Hope I said that right. Really, really, really nice beach park. But at night, it does turn into kind of a crack fest. Probably not the best word to use on YouTube. It's like where all the homeless people sleep. So we almost slept there, but we realized that not a good idea. And someone told us to get out, so we were like, okay. Okay, the next place is Ladgate Park. So Ladgate, like most campsites in Kauai, you are gonna need a permit. Ladgate, you'll have to go online and get a permit for that. I think it's about $20. It's the most expensive permit place on the island just because everyone wants to go to it because it's so close to the airport. Michaela and I slept there twice just in the parking lot in our car instead of fully camping out because we didn't have a permit, and then we used the showers. The second night we did get kicked out by the rangers because it is illegal to sleep in your car at night. There's kind of, on this area, there's a little more towns and stuff like that. There's some grocery stores and whatnot, little marketplaces. There's actually a Safeway. By the way, if you want to get really fresh poke, try Safeway, because the guy who makes it at the Safeway is just like this local fisherman guy. So it's not like some processed poke. It's like this local fisherman guy catches all this stuff himself, makes the poke, and then sells it all to the restaurants. So, I mean, the poke you're going to get at a poke place is actually the same as the stuff at Safeway. Pro tip. Right here is a pretty famous hike called Sleeping Giant, and then there's some other waterfalls in here as well. I'll put the names here of a hike that I really liked, and here of a hike that was really nice as well. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. Anini Beach, another nice beach to check out. Princeville's up here, and then there's honestly typical beaches around here. There's a place called the Queen's Bath, which is quite famous up there. Queen's Bath has a parking lot of like 6 cars, and it's in a residential neighborhood. There's actually no place to park. There's like no sidewalk, there's nothing. So if you want to go to Queen's Bath, recommend getting up early, like 6 a.m. and going. Literally nowhere to park. Legit. Like, I'm not saying it like a basic girl. Like, literally. No, like, literally, there's nowhere to park. Kalalua Trail is where the trail goes for the Napali Coast. This frequently washes out, so currently, as I'm filming this video, it's washed out. You can't do the Napali Coast, but this is where the Napali Coast is. Back down to Luhui, I'm gonna go down to Poi Park Beach Park. There's also another beach park down there called Glass Beach, kind of interesting to check out. Turtle Cove is a place down here, really good for snorkeling in that. Probably one of the best places to snorkel on the island. Frequently has turtles, so hopefully you'll see some. However, Turtles Cove is not like a beach. It's like this rocky area. It's kind of a cove, like boat launch type of looking thing. So if you roll up to it and you're like, oh, this is not a beach to suntan with my family, it's not. Yeah, Waimea is kind of where you go up and drive into the Waimea Canyon. Obviously, something that you're gonna have to check out. And at last, we got the Polihale State Park. Now, this is another big star on the list. So the Polihale State Park, I hope I'm saying that right, is a campground that you actually don't need a permit to go to. However, you do need a 4x4 or some bigger vehicle of some sort. But this place is insane, okay? It is a gorgeous place. You literally just camp on the beach wherever you want. It is nuts. It's Of course, at last is the Napali Coast. There's three ways to see the Napali Coast. Number one, you hike through the Kalua Trail, or you hike there's a couple trails from Waimea Canyon that kind of go around. If you're not planning on hiking it, or it's too rainy or dangerous to hike it this time of year, you can take a boat cruise. So the boat cruise starts roughly at Eleele. It's a place called Port Allen, and that boat cruise will go around. You see the Napali Coast and it goes back. That's going to cost you about $150, includes dinner. A lot of people get seasick, FYI. And then the last way is helicopter. So whatever floats your boat or whatever flies your helicopter, you can see the Napali Coast that way. Great surfing along down here, some surfing up here, and all this area here is where all your best hiking, small day hikes are going to be. Have a good trip in Kauai. If you have any questions, put it down below in the comments. Subscribe if this helped, liked if it helped, etc, etc. I also made a video on how to hike the Stairway to Heaven legally. I think it's the only video on YouTube telling you how to hike it legally. So check that out in the description. And yeah, see you guys later. Deuces. Bye.
I feel glorious.